I was putting sunscreen on the kids. They were 7 and 9. We were going to go to the pool. It was a really nice day at the end of June. And I got a phone call, and it was my doctor, and he said, well, we got your pathology back, and fortunately, it is cancerous. And he started rattling off all this information. And then I hung up with him, and the kids were like, what's happening? Like, Eric said, do you have cancer? And they decided that I was going to have a bilateral mastectomy, which means both breasts removed. And the surgery took longer than expected because they did find that it spread to my lymph nodes, which meant that I would have to have chemotherapy. So good news is I was able to keep working out. My oncologist said that she really believes that that's why I didn't really have any side effects, because I stayed active. And, I think that helped with my mental attitude with it. So that was something I could control. I couldn't control the cancer. I couldn't control the treatments, but I could control working out. It was really crowded, and we were getting up on the sidewalks to run to get away from the crowd. But then we saw this woman who had a bilateral mastectomy but didn't do reconstruction, and she wasn't wearing a shirt. And it was so powerfully moving. And it makes you think about so many things, like, oh my God, that poor woman. Or, what would I do? Would I get reconstruction? What would I do? Like, it just makes you think for a short minute, what would I do, right? What would I do? Because since then, fast forwarding, 12 years later, we've raised over $90,000. So that first year was a lot. And then the second year we grew even more, and they had fun doing it with us. And I was like, okay, I'll get you another t-shirt. And then the third year, I was nominated. A friend encouraged me to do this contest for Under Armour. It's called, at the time, it's now discontinued, but it was called Power in Pink. It was to highlight women who used fitness to help in their fight against breast cancer. And then we had like thousands of applicants. I don't even know how I got chosen. There were 3 of us that got chosen. It was really surreal. And they treated us like royalty. We had professional photo shoots. We did videos. And then we got to come back in October that year and run their half marathon and go to a Ravens game. I mean, it was a testament to how I did use fitness to get me through my treatments and be kind of a role model for other people, right? So then I got them to sponsor me for my t-shirts. For the next 2 years, I got Under Armour t-shirts. So it just became this thing. People are like, oh, Komen, I know what Komen is. They raise money to find a cure for breast cancer. And Stacey had it, so I'm going to be on her team. And she's going to give me a t-shirt. And I became more involved with the Komen because I raised a lot of money. So they've invited me to be on their executive leadership board, which is very humbling because most people on this board are like executives from companies. And I'm on their board as just as a survivor, as a community member. So it's really neat. I've learned a lot. I mean, I never thought having something as horrible as breast cancer was going to spin my life in ways. I realized that I do help people. So that's important to me. And I think it's kind of my calling or a gift or something. Like I feel like I'm approachable. That's what keeps me motivated, is knowing that other people kind of rely on me or benefit from it.